Hey y'all, it's Miss Katie. Welcome back. It is Project 54 here on Heritage Ways YouTube. I'm also found on heritageways.com and on Pinterest, so you might check us out at those places as well. All right, each week we have a theme, and this week kicks off special sides. Today's recipe is I call them my best deviled eggs. Now, I know some people say dressed eggs or stuffed eggs, deviled eggs, whatever. Whatever you call them, I call them good. But also there are 1,014 ways to fix deviled eggs or dressed eggs. I make them so many different ways myself. But this recipe right here is what I call my best. It's our favorite. Mr. Patient loves it. I love it. The spices and seasonings are just awesome. So if you want to make a special side, don't want to heat your kitchen too much. So I'm going to tell you how I'm doing that. But let's get started here with Special Sides Week. Episode 16, My Best Deviled Eggs. Before we get started, I want to say something on a personal note. I try to keep these Project 54 videos in a little bit different format, less chatty and less personal, but I want to say today that I am blown away. I'm overwhelmed by the interaction, the comments, the kindness, the encouragement, the support, the cheerleading that's been going on in the comments section of the Project 54 videos. I'm so passionate about cooking. I'm passionate about the brand of Heritage Ways. And so sometimes my emotions come out when I'm talking about this. So just, if you'll forgive me that. But I just want to say how much I'm thankful for this community. Y'all so many people have said, Miss Katie, thank you so much for the time and effort that it takes to put out all of these videos. This is not a normal thing that I can do, is putting out a video a day. I just can't do that typically. I'm a busy mom. I do so many other things. I'm a homeschool mom and so forth. So I just want to take a minute to be personal and thank you all for your comments. Thank you for sharing videos. Thank you for, even if I don't have time to respond to your comments, I want you to know I greatly appreciate it. And especially when these kind folks, I didn't expect so many folks to recognize how much time and attention and energy this takes. So please just allow me to say thank you so much to y'all in this community. Well, today we are doing the deviled eggs, and I forgot my apron. Whoop. Now we're ready. We're ready to work. I wear an apron every day, except not in the intros of the videos. All right, today this is a simple recipe. There is quite a long list of dried herbs and spices, but
it's time for a hospitality tip. Let's use that good silver or china or crystal because life is too short to just look at it.
But actually what I'm going to do today with this recipe is I'm going to list the actual recipe down in the description box of this video. So you can just scroll down there in the description box to look and see what I have in the seasoning and spices department of this recipe. Along those lines, I do want to continue to thank Higher Aim Homestead. I want to thank Debbie for coming alongside me and joining me in this. She has been writing the recipes down in the comment section for y'all to have in pretty much every Project 54 video. So I definitely want to thank her for doing that. That helps me with my time. So today we have, you can see here that we have parsley, chives, ground mustard, dill, Himalayan sea salt, paprika. You can use sweet, but this is just the regular paprika. Black pepper, garlic powder, turmeric. Some people say turmeric, but turmeric and nutritional yeast. This is not cooking yeast or This is called nutritional yeast when you find it in the bulk food section or wherever you find it at grocery stores or health food stores. I cooked the eggs in the Instant Pot today. I will have a video next week talking about how to do that. So you'll want to stay tuned. It doesn't heat the kitchen as much in the Instant Pot. And we have a dozen farm fresh eggs that I've already peeled. Okay, I actually have this platter I just worked from, and I have several tips and tricks. So I'm just going to take my eggs, and one thing I do is I have cut them both ways in the past. The traditional way, of course, is long ways. Look at that. I mean, look at those rich yolks. These come from our friends, and oh, they're just amazing. Some of these are from Amish farmers, and this one is from our friend who lives not far away, a homeschool friend. We just appreciate them so much. And they sell their eggs to a bakery, and she tells me that on White Cake Day the bakery doesn't buy their eggs because the eggs yolks are so dark. If you do cut them short ways, then that's a really cute way to put them in a clean, I'll show you, put them in a clean egg carton. I mean, they're not going to sit up flat on a plate unless you just take a little slice off, which you can do that too. That already kind of has a flat surface where the air bubble was. So that's just two ways. See, it just makes a different presentation. But you can put maybe some shredded iceberg lettuce in the bottom of a clean egg carton, or maybe some bean sprouts, and you can just set these in there to travel or to serve. Now I am going to mash the yolks. Now, if I was just doing this for my family, which I am actually, but I wouldn't worry about getting it smooth, completely smooth. But if you wanted to put this, just, you know, have it really smooth filling, you could put this in a food processor. That would be fine. And to put in a half a cup of mayonnaise, whatever is your favorite kind. And I just eyeballed that, but it should be a half a cup, which I'm pretty sure that is. I'll tell you, it is hard to share recipes when you just cook without them. So you have to actually do a lot of thinking and calculating and practicing before you actually can share the recipe that you've been cooking for years without a recipe. All right, I'm going to go ahead and add these beautiful spices. Just put them all in here. Be pretty too. Oh, it already smells wonderful. All right, and then I have 2 tablespoons of raw whole milk. You can use cream. You can use whatever milk makes you happy. And just put it in there. Again, if you want to do all this in a food processor, you could. But yeah, so put your milk or cream in there until you have the consistency that you want. And that's pretty good right there. I didn't measure this milk either, but 2 tablespoons is the recipe. It smells good. Funny thing, one of my children doesn't like egg yolks. He likes the egg whites. That's interesting to me. There you have it, and I want to show you how to fill the 2 ways to fill the egg whites. All right, obviously the first way is to take about a teaspoonful. Actually, let me add some more milk to that. It doesn't feel as creamy as I want it to feel. There, that's better. And I cook with my wrist, you know what I mean? For years I have, if somebody's helping me in the kitchen and they'll say, is so-and-so ready? And they're at the stove, I'll have to say, well, let me feel it. So I have to feel things. All right, let's try that again. So we're going to get, say, a teaspoon and put it in your egg white. Now let me tell you a secret here as well. If you want to have fuller deviled eggs or dressed eggs, just remove a couple of the egg whites, subtract them from the equation so that you'll have more filling than you have egg whites. And in fact, I probably will remove 4 of these halves for my son who doesn't eat the egg yolks. The recipe makes 2 dozen, so you can count on that. But like I said, if you're wanting, I'll demonstrate, if you're wanting a big, full, restaurant looking dressed egg, see what I mean? So basically you're putting the filling for 2 egg whites into 1. And speaking of restaurant, I have seen these for sale on appetizer menus, and they're like $1 per dressed egg for a half, $1. So save money, make it home. All right, so about a teaspoon in each one. Then we're going to garnish here in a little bit. All right, this is called piping, what we're about to do. Take a plastic bag, or if you have a decorator's bag, if you have one, you'll know what I'm talking about and you'll know how to use it. I don't have to tell you. But a plastic baggie, and I just fold it down twice like that. I don't want to get any on the edge. And I'm going to put this filling down in there like so. Yes, this is an extra step, but let's see if you're going to like how it looks. Okay, that's just about all of it. So let's go ahead and you'll want to put all of it in, of course. Let's go ahead and roll that bag back up. Now, I'm not worrying about sealing it. Just kind of make sure that my filling is kind of at the bottom. I want to tell you, you can do this method with all kinds of foods, especially icing. This is a technique that they teach in cake decorating classes, which I took years and years and years ago when I was Little Miss Homemaker's age. So I do want to make a little cut on the bottom corner. So the size of your cut is going to depend on how much of your filling comes out at once. So you don't want to cut too much. Now, here's how you want to grasp. Now do this without squeezing out of here at the tip yet. So you want to take, right here, you want to put the top between your forefinger and your thumb, like this. Okay? So you're going to be squeezing with these 3 fingers. Okay? I'm going to twist. Some is already coming out, but that's okay. I'm going to twist once, twice, and you see it's already starting to come out. I don't have to push very hard. So I'm going to just, see? It's nice and pretty. Ah, that was our one that we had. You see it's creamier looking when you pipe it. Didn't take that much time to put it in the bag. So we're just gonna fill these, and you can just kind of do your wrist up and down if you want it wavy looking. Like so. Keep twisting as your filling is used up. Oh, that got a little bit too much. So here, close up. Here's my white, and I'm just going to that one's not as pretty, but like I said, it's going to turn out however your wrist action is going. And I don't like to waste food, so I'm going to make sure I'm pushing all this down toward the tip. Once, twice, pushing with these fingers, grasping with the first 2. My next tip is how and where to garnish. One professional tip for you is to garnish on your working plate, and then you'll move to your plate that you're going to serve from. One thing you can do is I get these cute little shakers from the thrift store. I put some paprika in here, and you can just shake it. Shake it on there, like so. Another thing you can do is you can get dried dill weed or parsley or any kind of herbs. Or a sprig of fresh would be wonderful. Or you can put the dill and the paprika. You can also get a slice of olive, an olive slice and set on top. Get some fresh parsley. I think I'll do that. Let's go to the garden and get some fresh parsley. All right, in my garden, this is part of my garden, I have this wonderful flat Italian parsley. Let's see, we've got some wonderful basil. We've got some oregano and thyme, but parsley is what I'm thinking of. I think it'd be wonderful to get a few sprigs. I'm not going to get much. And I'm going to put some tiny leaf pieces on top of the eggs. That would be wonderful. What do you think? I have another idea. I wonder if I have any cherry tomatoes that are ready. I could slice them in half and put maybe half or even a slice on top of an egg. All right, none that are ready, but I found some Thai basil. Oh, it's delightful. I found some curly parsley. So let's go in and see if we can fancy up our eggs. Maybe that's why they're called dressed, because we're dressing them up. There's so many ways you can garnish your eggs. I do want to tell you as well that you can put them on any kinds of platter. You don't have to have one of those nice deviled egg plates. I had one once upon a time, and when we moved when we moved into the RV, I think I got rid of it because there's so many other ways to display and serve your eggs as well. I've already mentioned the finely shredded iceberg lettuce. You can buy that in a bag. I've done that. Sprouts like broccoli sprouts and bean sprouts, that kind of thing, make a good bed. You can get yourself these plates. This one came from a thrift store. You can find these plates all day long at thrift stores, these platters, if you don't already have them. This one was my grandmother's, and the other two are, I can't remember where I got this one, but it's one of my favorites because it has the lip. And then this one, among others that I have, came from a thrift store. But yeah, so just arrange your eggs on whatever platter you decide to serve them on. And again, the reason I use the paprika on my working plate is just to keep my serving plate clean. But if you're just garnishing with some herbs, like our curly parsley, fresh parsley, then just take a little sprig and put it on top, however you want. Take time to make things nice looking for yourself. It helps you as well as other people. You know, it's they say you eat with your eyes first, and I know Mr. Patient jokes, and he'll say, no matter what it looks like, it'll eat. Okay, well, and he's right. Oh, that basil was perfect. That little stem slid right in there. I'll show y'all a close-up in a minute. And he's right, but you know, quite honestly, if they brought you at a restaurant a plate of food and it was just kind of thrown on there, you would think, oh, wow, I don't think so. You'll want to refrigerate these, and if you're taking them to a picnic, these don't need to sit out in the heat. So you're going to need to figure out how to keep them cold or bring them out right at serving time. There. Or what you can do too is you can just take your fresh herbs and just cut them across the top of your, ooh, I like that. Just kind of bunching them up. Make kind of a chiffonade or something like that. Roll them up and just kind of cut them. Ooh, this is lovely. Fresh herbs. Okay, just kind of cover them. Just cover them in those fresh herbs. Oh, that just really just wakes it up. And it's kind of fun to have different garnishes on the same plate. I wish I had some olive slices to show you today. This is lovely. Love this. I hope you'll try them. I hope you'll come back tomorrow for Special Science Week. It's going to be tasty. Speaking of tasty, here we go. I was saying before it got to my mouth because anticipation. I love this recipe, y'all. You know, I know it's rude to eat in front of you, but I promise if you were here, I'd offer you some of my best deviled eggs. See you tomorrow.